Welcome to Fortitude at Work, a podcast all about building your mental and emotional strength. Pull up a chair and join in the chat with your hosts, Leanne and John. Let's talk all things that put fortitude to work for you.
We're back, John.
We are.
Isn't that lovely?
Episode 4, Season 2.
Episode 4, Season 2. Who ever thought we'd get to Season 2?
Yeah.
I tell you, I didn't actually think we would because it's 4 years between drinks.
That's not 4 years.
Oh, it's almost 4 years.
No, it's 3 years and some months or something.
It's almost 4, but anyway, that's okay.
She never exaggerates.
Never.
No.
Never. Okay, so it is lovely to be back, and this is week 4 or episode 4.
Yep.
And today I wanted, before I do, where are we?
That's a really good question. The film crew is Films for Change, but we're at Studio Creative. With creative.
Creative, it's Celtic.
It's Celtic. Okay, so Studio Creative, starting with a K, has a D in there, Creative. Studio Creative and the team, the film crew itself are Films for Change.
And I think that's highly unfair.
And they're amazing.
I know, but you've had a bit of help, haven't you, from Jerry?
Yes.
We all know, confess.
Yes, I have, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I just can't, my memory's shot.
What? I'm Leanne. Hi.
Who are you? Where are we?
Yeah, married 25 years. Nice to meet you.
25?
I know, 25.
I'd be getting out now.
Oh, it's coming up to 25.
Yes,
This year's 25.
I would be getting out now. I've been paroled. Right.
We've got to put that on the video so that you can look back later on and go, hang on a sec, when's my anniversary? What year are we at?
That's true. Okay, so we're obviously getting a little tired.
Oh, we are getting a little tired. Let's talk about the topic.
Okay, which is?
Connections.
Okay, connections. And this is for small business, mental health, to help people survive being in small and micro business.
Yeah, okay. Actually micro business and sole traders.
Okay.
Yep, exactly. So today's topic is really important, and I think it flows really well from the previous weeks that we've been doing, because we've talked about some ideas that people might do as business owners to feel a little bit more powerful at work. But you asked in the episode last week, you asked an excellent question, which was, well, where do you go? Like, where do you go and what do you do to either get a client management system or learn how to do these things or have a template?
Yeah, just practical stuff. Because I know that when my experience of small business is, yes, I can recognise that things need to happen, but because I'm really enjoying the creative part of the business, and I'm also a really good technician in my business, the business of being in business never really did it for me.
Yeah.
So I recognise that definitely I needed to push myself to do the extra bits to be in business, but practically finding those tools out there.
Yeah, how do you do that?
Yeah, and you come up with Xero for the forecasting and the business plans.
I did a little plug for Xero.
You did, and for, what was the other one was around templates for... Canva, okay.
Yeah,
and
I did.
What else was there about customer relationship management?
Yeah, like finding a platform or a program, maybe Basecamp or something like that, or Trello. Trello is another great idea, where you can share the platform, the client management platform.
Makes it easier.
Yeah, so we talked about all of those things, but I think really what we need to talk about is connecting with people. And the reason that I wanted to talk about that today is because this is another major finding out of my research, is that those micro business owners and sole traders who seem to, manage their stress and anxiety proactively, if they're getting stressed about something, for example, who seem to be doing that or don't feel as stressed or really are, enjoying that whole business process, tend to be the ones who go out and find other business owners, mentors, coaches, supportive people.
Networking groups.
Yeah, networking groups. They actually go out and seek that out and connect with them. So it's been surprising because we all know, we should go out and network.
Yeah.
We all know that, right? Go and network. But often we think we need to go and network just to grow our business.
Yeah.
Like, if I network with others, I've got a better chance of people know, like, and trusting me.
Handing business cards and things. Okay.
That's kind of the old-fashioned view.
Yeah.
Whereas in my research, what I found was that those micro business owners who are thriving in their business are going out and networking for much different, broader reasons.
It's for their mental health,
Yeah.
generally, and that is to not feel alone.
Right.
And to spend time talking to people about how they're managing their stress levels being in business, having those conversations, not necessarily about their products or services, but about their experience as micro business owners.
Not necessarily, maybe selling something is a byproduct of building connections, but that's exactly right. And another thing that came out of that was, and related to last week's episode, was if I want to learn something new, so say, for example, I've just spent the last couple of weeks listening to this fantastic podcast about small business and working well, and I've heard about using Xero, but I've been using a shoebox and not Xero. Then quite often, if there's something that I want to do immediately in my business, the place where I might go to learn to do that is often my networks.
Yeah. How do you go for the introverts? For us introverts.
Yeah, I love that question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done this a lot because I'm not a big in-person networking fan. Because of that, I'm a bit quiet.
Yeah.
And you know that. You do know me. This is different.
I do, but just it's incredible. She will have trouble going into a group of people she doesn't know, and she'll feel a little bit self-conscious. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
But will stand up in front of 500 people to do her talks and her speeches and her lectures at the university.
It's different.
I don't get that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's different. It's my job,
okay,
I guess.
So getting in the car and going to a local networking group when you have fear around that.
Yeah, okay. So that's an excellent question because it does hold a lot of people back.
Yeah.
You know, it's just uncomfortable and awkward. So there's a couple of ways that you might overcome that. Firstly, do your homework. So find out what structure different networking groups have in your area. So some networking groups are, come for a drink after work. We do it once a month at the local pub and we all get there and we all, mingle. Well, that's completely unstructured. So for some people, that's really overwhelming.
You just walk into a room and you have to be social.
And I'll talk about how you can do that well in just a minute.
Okay.
Some networking groups have a bit more structure to them. So it might be a morning breakfast and they have a guest speaker come along.
So it's around a table?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're kind of not forced to go and mingle with people. You get to sit and have breakfast, you listen to a guest speaker and you might speak to the people next to you, but it's not really in your face. It's quite gentle, quite structured. So that's good. For some networking groups, you pay to be a member, and they provide a fully structured experience that gives you space and permission to talk.
Are they the ones that only have one product or service type?
Quite often they are.
Yeah,
They're like a BNI or something like that.
Yeah, but they'll only have like the one plumber or the one hairdresser or the one counsellor or
And some networking groups are just online. So one of the things I found in my research was that if you're looking for some industry specific advice, so say for example I'm a graphic designer and I'm looking for some advice on, I'm going to buy a new software program for my business and I'm wanting to know more about what others have thought of that program, then I might go online to a closed Facebook group or a LinkedIn group or whatever and ask other industry people for advice or help and connect with others that are graphic designers.
Well, they can all relate with each other's challenges.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. So the first thing is do your homework because not all networking groups are the same. They're quite different and they work differently. I do prefer ones with a bit more structure myself. If you're going to go to one that's unstructured, like, Monday afternoon drinks.
Mingle at the club.
Yeah. There's a couple of things you might do. Firstly, you might find out if anyone else you know is going and ask, can you meet them out the front?
Have a wingman with you.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yep.
Or you might actually extend that invitation to somebody else. I've done that several times because I've walked in on my own, but if I've talked to a small business person who said they're going but they're not really comfortable doing it, I've gone, I'll just meet you out the front, we can walk in together.
Okay, so your fear around having to introduce yourself or to meet a whole bunch of strangers, if you've got fears around being judged or then you having someone with you as we can at least talk to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can at
Yeah.
least walk in with someone. I don't walk in on my own,
Yeah.
like the odd person out.
Yep.
I think the other thing too in those unstructured ones is to have, a little mental list of the sorts of questions that you might ask someone when you're wanting or you're having to go and talk to someone.
Yeah.
So we all love talking about what?
Ourselves.
Correct? I'm glad you're listening to me.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
still with me, Johnny.
I am.
You're still with me.
Yeah, I was listening to you last week for a couple of hours. I remember that.
Vaguely.
And today. I'm doing well.
Yeah. So we all love talking about ourselves.
Yep.
So if you have some questions rehearsed in your head that you can just, walk up to someone and ask them about themselves or about their business,
Yep.
then immediately you're going to get a conversation.
That's it. And no such thing as a stupid question either, right? Because
Yeah.
if you've got it, then there's a lot of people who have the same question.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
The other thing too that's always a saviour is go to the bar and get a drink.
So, yeah, get rotten drunk.
No,
And,
or get a mineral water or
sorry,
something.
okay, sorry.
Or Coke.
I
or
misunderstood.
something.
Yeah, a bit of Dutch courage. No, just go
No.
grab a drink from the
Just
bar.
gives you something to do.
Something in your hand,
Yeah, something in your hand.
other than your mobile phone.
Good point.
Yes,
The one thing you probably don't want in your hand is
your mobile phone.
your mobile phone.
Okay.
Yeah, because I know we all want them because it's our protector. It's like, I'm not going to look like a shag on a rock because I'm actually doing something.
Yeah.
But if we want to engage with people and talk to people, we probably need to put the phone away.
Okay, and it's all right to hold a drink.
A drink
Yeah.
is fine.
Maybe not a flaming Zambuca, but just a mineral water. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get that.
So having all of those things is great. So that's one way that we might connect with people, is going to a networking session.
Yep.
And I was actually thinking that what we might do in a future session is have a couple of my networking experts come along and talk about how do you network well.
Yeah. Well,
What do you think?
If they take the fear out of it,
Yeah.
and if the three people that actually watch these or listen to these podcasts,
Hi, Mum.
Yeah.
Hi.
they can take a bit of the fear out of it and say, oh, well, that lady's nice, and I think I might be able to go to that one,
Yeah.
because they'll explain how it works.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
There's no surprises.
Yep,
Yep.
exactly.
Great idea.
So that's one way. The other way you might meet people is if you've got a work from home business,
Yep.
maybe pick one day a week or one day a fortnight, probably not a month. A month is actually too long, but one day a fortnight, where you go and work in a co-op space.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Like co-op workspaces tend to be quite motivating environments because you're surrounded by other people that are working and are getting jobs done. And it's a great way to incidentally meet other experts around you.
So you just take your laptop.
Yeah,
and
you can book a
plug
hot
in.
desk.
So you plug into a desk,
Yep,
and then while you're getting cups of coffee, talk to people in the kitchen.
Yep.
Okay.
yep. It's a great way to meet. I was going to say hook up.
Yeah. I think that might be a different place. I think that's a different place.
That's different.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's a great place to actually meet other small business people and
Yeah.
ask questions. I think the other thing that's come out that was really predominant in my research was the number of small business people that use coaches.
Really? Are they? I know that there's a lot of coaches.
Oh,
Are they the same as therapists and counsellors? You find one that fits?
yeah, you find one that fits. And
Okay.
sometimes you outgrow a coach.
Okay.
And it's actually normal to do that. So you would outgrow a coach, go on to a next coach.
And a good coach would know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
The number of people that were using coaches, I think, it's actually a great idea. Now, think about it.
Yeah.
I'm going to show my age. Think about Ian Thorpe, the swimmer, the
Yeah.
Olympic swimmer.
50s, 60s.
Okay,
Last
let's go.
century?
Let's go. What about the Williams sisters?
Oh, okay.
Serena Williams.
Yeah, it's more
Okay.
recent. Yeah.
Ash Barty. Let's think Ash Barty, right?
Oh wow, you're
I'm into my tennis.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't watch tennis, but
Yeah.
I've heard those names.
I'm just glad you're in this century. That's good.
Think about Dawn Fraser.
Yeah. Oh, Dawny, our Dawn.
Anyway,
Yes.
I don't think any of them took to the courts or the track or the pool or anything without actually having a coach on the side
Yeah. Yeah.
cheering them on. I don't think we had Ash Barty going on the court going, you know what, I'm just going to have a bit of a hit today.
Nah, they have.
See how we go.
Yeah.
Have a coach,
Yeah.
right? I don't know what. Anyway, the research found the same
It's about-
in my small
it's
business,
about
in the micro business.
not being alone, being accountable.
Yeah.
Having someone to motivate you when you're not.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. And in fact, the other day with counsellors and therapists having supervisors,
Right.
So a good therapist have good therapists
Yeah.
themselves.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Always need someone to bounce things off and
Yeah.
someone to give you different perspectives. Yeah.
But if you have a coach where you feel like you can't ask questions without feeling like you're going to look like you're silly,
Yeah.
then that's not the coach you have.
Try the next
You've got to
one.
change it.
Try the next
Change the coach.
Yeah.
If you can't ask questions about anything, then don't have the coach.
So, and in that coaching contract, have that honeymoon period in the contract, which says we're going to
good
try.
point.
It's a trial period to see whether it's a good fit.
Yeah.
And if it's not, there's an out for both of us.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I think the other space you might look at is a mentor. So you might have had somebody else in business who's gone before you and done well. And so reach out to that person. I've done that. And here's a hint. There's quite famous people in the business world. We're going back my Billy Goat days now.
Yep.
There's quite famous people in the business world that I was not afraid to reach out to who said, okay, meet with me and I'll talk to you about issues.
You had couples with some amazing people.
I did.
Yeah.
Only because I reached out and asked.
You just asked.
Yeah, you just asked.
Yeah.
So anyway, so maybe, find a mentor. And the other area is the space that you work in, really, is finding maybe a counsellor or a therapist or someone that you can talk to where sometimes we just need to, share our deepest, darkest fears and be validated that that's maybe not going to happen or what the consequences would be.
Yeah.
And once we just even get that off our chest confidentially, it might never happen, but at least then we can go on. We've got that connection.
So the checkbox is a good accountant, a good accounting system, a good customer relationship management system, a mentor or coach.
Yeah, it's just someone.
Yeah, and maybe a counsellor or therapist as well for that extra support. There's your top 4 or 5 resources to survive being in small micro business. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then what we're going to do in the coming weeks is we're going to talk about all the other people that are a part of the micro business system, part of your system, and the role that they might play in your life and how you can use them, work with them, encourage them to help and support you in your micro business journey. So I think we need to explore that as well, because there's a lot of people out there that help micro business owners that we might not normally think about as part of the journey.
And also probably recognising your own strengths and how that can help others. If you're in business, you made a decision to be in that business and you have skills, you have experience, and there will be others that would take benefit from that.
That's great, because what goes around comes around.
Yeah.
And there's space in the world for all of us.
Yeah.
I do think that. I might be a fantastic graphic designer. The person next to me is a graphic designer. They're going to have access to clients. We could help one another.
That's it. And as the micro business owner, you are a resource yourself. So offering yourself to others in the same industry means that you help others. The stuff that you have, other people would get benefit from. So remember your value. You have value.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Totally agree. We're a pretty good bunch, aren't we, Johnny?
Yeah, we're okay. Actually, no, we are. We're amazing. Yeah, we are. We're good.
Some of us are okay.
She's okay.
Okay.
Oh, what? We're finishing now?
We're finishing now.
Okay. All right.
Bye.
Bye. We'll see you next episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time today. Hope you got some great takeaways from our chats. If you'd like to know more about John and his counselling, go to johndiamond.com.au. If you'd like to know a bit more about Leanne and the work she does in the mental health of small business owners, go to fortitudeatwork.com.au. Don't forget, check the show notes for any additional information about support and resources specifically for small business owners. Tell me, John, do you have many leather-bound books?
I have many leather-bound books that smell of mahogany. I do.
I see.
I'm a very important person.
Oh, you're kind of a big deal, are you?
I'm a big deal around here. We're done.